Planet Earth is about to be recycled. Your only chance to survive is to leave with us. Hello, my miracles, and welcome to another episode of Coffee and Crime. This month is about cults, and today I will be talking about Heaven's Gate. So grab your coffee and let's talk some crime. On March 26, 1997, 39 decomposing bodies were discovered in a San Diego, California mansion. Everybody was dressed in the same black uniform with black and white Nike shoes with an arm patch that read, Heaven's Gate, Away Team. Marshall Herf Applewhite, known as Doe, the Heaven's Gate leader, was in the master bedroom, lying face up on his bed, a pillow cushioning his legs. The cult of Heaven's Gate had one belief, that heaven was a physical place, and that each member was going to go there, on a spaceship. With T and Doe as their guides, they would live forever. In Wallport, Oregon, flyers were posted all throughout the town, stating UFOs, why they are here, who they have come for, when they will leave. Not a discussion of UFO sightings or phenomena. You will want to attend this meeting. Survivors stated that their first encounter with T and Doe was at this meeting. It was in a rundown hotel room with others who were curious. T, whose actual name was Bonnie Lou Nettles, and Doe were seated at the front. Doe began to portray the big picture. He said that both had come from the kingdom of heaven to usher them to the next level. He stated that if they did not take advantage of this great opportunity, it wouldn't happen until 2,000 years later. Herf and Bonnie started by traveling around the country, working odd jobs for food and money. They were on a mission to find out what their calling was. 2 years later, they would welcome followers with the same calling, to board a UFO to take them to heaven. In order to join, new members were to sever all ties with the people in their lives and to walk away from the life they had known without saying a word. People searching for meaning happily agreed. The members settled in a secret campground in Colorado to begin their transitioning to heaven. T and Doe began teaching them on how to become next-level beings in preparation of the kingdom of heaven. New devotees that had arrived together were split up. T and Doe stated the only bond between two people should be a mutual desire to get to the next realm. The members were handed a list of 17 steps. This included no touching or comforting one another, no rudeness, no clumsiness. Their bodies were to be called vehicles, and all of their hair was cut the same. These members were not forced to stay with T and Doe. They gladly accepted their teachings and predictions, even when they were told it would only take 2 months for the UFOs to return. Then they were told it would take 2 years, and then longer. And the couple's excuse of why it was taking longer and longer? They blamed other members that it was taking them too long to live by the rules. And after 5 years, T and Doe made the announcement that the UFOs were coming to take them all to heaven. Everyone was excited and ready, but nothing happened, and T and Doe claimed that they'd all been duped, that lower forces had shown them up. Everyone was disappointed, yet continued to stay and hope for the UFO's return. The cult would soon move around to different cities and work odd jobs to support the group. They would continue to seek out new members for Heaven's Gate. In 1985, a regular meeting begins, but this meeting will change Heaven's Gate forever. Gathered around, the members were told that T had passed on. T and Doe had been an unbreakable partnership. What was to happen? Doe would begin to tell the members that T hadn't actually died. Instead, she had found a new path to the next level by shedding her body. After a while, the older members began seeing upsetting signs in Doe. He began to preach that the only way to ascend to the next level together is to shed their bodies as T had, and for their souls to board a UFO when the time was right. The members, being faithful and ready, wanted to recruit more people, so they started a website. This was the first time they called themselves Heaven's Gate. They were the first cult to use the internet to spread their message and recruit more people. Some followers would finally leave Heaven's Gate, and with their leaving, they saved their own lives. Heaven's Gate would soon move one final time to San Diego, California. They would set up house in a Rancho Santa Fe mansion. Doe would again show up setting signs. This time he would teach about male castration. Surprisingly, all but one man were on board for this procedure. Doe thought this was a solution to the men's human desires. A former nurse felt confident that she could perform the procedure without a professional surgeon. The first man volunteered. With just local anesthetic, the first castration was performed with major complications. After that, Doe and 7 other men had the procedure done professionally and not at home. In November of 1996, the Hale-Bopp comet was predicted to appear in the sky on March 19th. Reporters spoke of the comet and something trailing behind it. Doe perceived that it was the UFO coming to take everyone to heaven. The members packed their bags, dressed in the same black uniforms, and proceeded with what was considered the United States' worst mass unaliving. A former member would call the police with a tip about Heaven's Gate. They responded to the mansion and discovered the bodies of 39 Heaven's Gate members, including their leader, Doe. The mansion was eerily quiet, yet the odor would hit the officers right away. The bodies were found on bunk beds, folding tables, and on the floor. Instructions were found on how to unalive themselves. Members were to down a mixture of pudding with phenobarbital and vodka, put on a painter's mask to catch any vomit, and top it off with a plastic bag over their heads and get comfortable. The list goes on to divide the members into groups. The members, after the first group had died, were to take off the painter's mask and plastic bag, clean them up, and then cover their heads with a purple shroud. A goodbye video titled Exit Interviews was recorded on March 19, 1997, the same day of their unaliving. Each member was filmed saying that they were happy to be leaving, that they were not forced, and that they were ready. Yet some members in the video seemed to have hesitation and fear. What made these people believe in Heaven's Gate so much that they would blindly follow a disturbed man? How hopeless can one person be to follow a cult that believes in a UFO coming to take them away to heaven? Their family and friends are left with the shattering reality that they just wanted to be a part of something bigger, yet it ultimately ended their lives. The hopes and dreams of one man was clouded, misjudged, and deceiving. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Coffee and Crime, Month of Cults. If you did, hit that like button. And if you're not a miracle and want to be, hit that subscribe button and watch a miracle happen. I'm Miracle Girl for Coffee and Crime. I'll see you next time.